Hello, everyone. Stephanie Zima here. Hi, my loves. Um, okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about how to find more time. And this new series of my lunch lives are actually where I talk and you walk. And the reason why I say that, save this if you don't have time in the middle of the day, save this video right now or hop onto my YouTube and catch the replays there. And then you can save that. And when you are going for a walk or when you do laundry or any of those kind of things, that's when you can listen to my tips and tricks. Okay, so I started doing that. If you didn't catch yesterday, where we talked about the procrastination and the real reason why you procrastinate, make sure you go and hop on over there and check that out. Again, you find it, if you scroll down, you find it under the lives, or you're going to find it on my YouTube. That's when you can go ahead and check that out. Okay. And if you can't find it, just message me to go ahead with doing that. So you walk, I talk, and that way we can like do the most out of the time, because time is really important. Our time is most precious, right? And many of us are dealing with the lack of time, and that's a big problem. We want so much more in our life, but somehow we don't seem to find the time. So tip number one, you need to find, and it'll be 7 in total. Okay, so tip number one, make sure you set appropriate goals. When you set your goals, you hear often that people are saying, set all these big goals, right? These big goals. But sometimes those big goals are too big for you to actually get going. So you have to set an appropriate goal. So when you are thinking in 2023, this is what I want to achieve, right? I want to make this happen. You need to break it down into smaller sections of that goal so that you can set an appropriate goal that you can actually fulfill within that time frame that you have. If you are a mom with littles, for example, and you are trying to get something accomplished, chances are you only have an hour or so while they nap, right? And you kind of want to take a nap too. Or maybe you are working full time and you only have a lunch break, or maybe you only have an hour at night after the kids go to bed or something. You have to figure out how much time do you have to actually accomplish this goal, and then set an appropriate goal. Number two, set your schedules. Create a schedule. So that's kind of what I was talking about. When you think about what goal it is that you want to do, figure out the time frame. How much time do you have to accomplish something or a lot for this activity that you're trying to create, because we all have families, we have a job, we have things that we need to do, and that takes the biggest chunk of time away from our days, right? But the people who are really successful and feeling happy while they're doing it are the ones who feel accomplished. They feel that they have something taken care of, that they got this, right? And the way how you feel accomplished is when you are very clear around when are you going to do what, and you can actually measure your progress that way. So to do that, step 3 is break up the tasks. Okay, so let's say you have a goal for the day that is too big. The activity for the goal, to reach the goal, is too big to be able to accomplish in that time that you have. Let's say you want to walk 10,000 steps in a day. However, you have not enough time in your lunch break to accomplish that. So how can you do this? You can walk 10 minutes in the morning or 15 minutes in the morning. You can then walk 30 minutes at lunchtime. And usually that's when I pair, like when I do my walks or my exercise, I always listen to something. I listen to a training, or I listen to a personal development, or I listen to my mentors. I listen to somebody, so that when you do that, you are actually doubling the activity. You take care of your health, but you also are taking care of feeding your brain. Okay, so when you break up the tasks a little bit in the morning, a little bit at lunchtime, a little bit in the evening maybe, that's when you can kind of get to the point of achieving this goal, right? Number 4, eliminate the distractions. Okay, if you watch your patterns and you start understanding that there's something that something that constantly gets in the way. Okay, so let's say at lunchtime you want to hop on here and do something, or you want to do workout, and some friend of yours always calls you at 11:30. That's a distraction, right? Then you have to tell that friend, hey, listen, I can't talk at 11:30. I have an appointment at noon. Okay, that's when I have it in my calendar. I need to do this. And it feels a little weird, especially for those recovering people pleasers. It feels really weird to set these boundaries, but trust me, your friends are going to understand. They are going to want you to win. They're going to support that goal that you are setting for yourself. When you're sticking to it, you're actually earning respect. That's one of the things that I have learned, that you are earning respect from the people if you stick with what you said you're going to do, right? It's so strange concept. I would have never thought until I actually experienced it on my own goals. Okay, so to eliminate the distractions is number 4. Number 5 is take breaks. Now, if you have a goal, let's say you are working a business and you're online and you're trying to, and you are peopling is hard for you, okay? And everyone who's an introvert who's trying to do money online or working with people kind of knows, right? And I, believe it or not, I am introverted, and it's been something that I had to overcome for a long time, because I love people too, but too much of people would always feel very draining to my energy, and I didn't know how to do it. So often I just quit and I couldn't do it until I had learned that you need to just take breaks. So now I work in chunks of 45 minutes. So I do a 45-minute work, and that usually goes with the coaching session. So I work for my 45 minutes and then I take a 15-minute break. And if you have walking goals, for example, great time to just start walking for 10 minutes and, work on that chunk, right? So that's how you can improve your time spent with the multiple goals at the same time, okay? So you have that, you take your breaks, and it also refreshes your energy. And when you do something that's draining to you, you have to work the antidote. You have to work what else is going to be fueling my energy. Like, what gives me energy? What is it that I really like to do? For me, it's music. I love music. I love dancing. I love those kind of things. I also like walks, but I love music, right? Always elevates my mood like that if I have the really good song. And so so what I do in the break, then I put my earbuds on and I just go and dance around, and I'm just gonna like do something to move the stagnant energy that I have sitting in my body. Okay, and what happens is I am refreshed, my brain is reset, and I'm ready to go for another 45 minutes. So that's working really well. Number 6, delegate. You guys, delegate, delegate, delegate. What tasks can someone do? Let's say you probably say, well, I'm a mom and I can't delegate anything to my kids. Yes, you can. Okay, you can train them to do certain things. Like, I always ask my 3, they're 11, 9, and 6. I ask them now, who's got table duty? Who's got table duty? And trust me, they're actually so excited that they have a job, right? And the job is wipe down the table, put the dishes into the dishwasher, and then and all 3 always end up with like table duty, right? Because one is like doing the dishwasher, like it's the oldest usually who is less likely to drop a plate. Then the other one, the middle one, is like usually wiping down the table, because you can't do anything wrong when you wipe the table. And then the third one, my little one, she usually gets a little broom and then she like wipes down and takes down everything what's on the floor. And in that time, I have a couple minutes to do what I need to do for either my business or, just kind of like maybe make myself a tea or make a coffee or something, in this time. So delegate some of the tasks. Whatever is in the way of you to actually achieve what it is you're wanting to do. One other tip for you parents out there, what works really well is when you have a little, like picking up toys and all that kind of stuff, when you do a little competition with them and say, okay, everyone, you're going to get really excited about it, and you're going to say, everyone, who picks up the last toy is going to be the winner. Okay, that's usually a game I play with them. So who's the last one to pick up the toy, that's going to be the winner. And then everyone is running across because everyone wants to be the one who picks up the last toy. Okay, so they are like grabbing these toys like crazy and putting them where they go, and it's just usually it's a lot of fun. We are laughing about it, and trust me, my entire house is cleaned up in like a matter of seconds. It's amazing, amazing. Okay, so that's delegating. Number 7 is avoid procrastination. Trick your brain. Okay, if there's something you don't want to do, if there's a task that you are just dreading, because again, remember, watch my video from yesterday. If you haven't watched the video, it's either on YouTube, you can find it, or it actually is, if you scroll down wherever you watch on Facebook or Instagram, you can find it from yesterday. The real reasons with your time, it explains a little bit as to why you might be procrastinating. And you have to identify the reasons why you're procrastinating to be able to get that on the root. Okay, you have to nip that in the bud right at the root of the situation. So watch that, make sure you watch it. I maybe can drop it in the comments as well. So, but then after you have that, when you feel yourself procrastinating, when you feel that, that little that nudge of like, I don't want to do it, right? You go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Do, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do. The more you trick your brain to take action, the more you are actually able to overcome these fight, flight, and freeze responses that your brain wants to offer you. Okay? The only reason why you're procrastinating is because your brain somehow thinks that it's not safe to do. Okay? And if you are dealing with procrastination, please comment workshop below, send me a text message or whatever. I can send you the workshop for next week that I'm doing next week. It's on Facebook for 7 days. I'm going to do and train a lot on mindset and overcoming and really like figuring it out. We're going to have videos popping in and trainings and things that you can do at your time, so you don't have to worry about not having time to do it or whatever. You can get it on, you can be in the group, you can work it at your own accord, and I will be there answering questions and helping you throughout that week with your questions, right? Your individual situations. So it's going to be epic, and it's only $19.95, so it's like really super simple. Comment workshop, please, if you're interested in that, and then I'll send you the link to it, and that be that. So having said that, that is it, you guys. Trick your brain, overcome it, and you're going to make the most out of your time, and it's going to be amazing. So thank you for watching. If you have requests as to what I should be talking about next week on these lives, on these lunch lives, please drop it in the comments or send me a message. I'd love to help you guys out, because that's really what it is, right? We all need to work together. We are needing to walk some things free, right? Where I talk, you walk. Okay, so we have to walk things free, and we have to heal our minds and our bodies and our spirit, and we have to connect with one another, and then we have to level up. Why? Because there's somebody, a little person likely, that is depending on you guys. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Let me know.